last week I talked about how I've collected a bunch of data that suggests that these snails have personalities. I really want to get all this data wrapped up, written up, submitted to a journal, and published. But there's one hurdle that stands in my way. See, I really want to know whether or not bold snails and shy snails differ in their level of exploration. And what I mean by exploration is, if you take a snail and you put it in a new environment, is it going to move around a lot? Or is it just going to stay put for a long time? So I collected all these videos of snails moving around in this new environment. And now I need to analyze those videos. So in order to analyze all my exploration videos, I first have to data proof, which sounds exciting. It's really important, but it's also kind of boring. Basically, I have a bunch of data, and I need to go back and make sure all these numbers are correct. Once I've actually gone through and data proofed everything, made sure all the numbers are in the right spot, nothing got transferred weird, then I can actually do the analysis to see if bold and shy snails differ in their level of exploration. And that will be the final step of my data analysis. After that, I can write up my results, write up the whole experiment, and actually submit it to a scientific journal. And I'll keep my fingers crossed to see if it actually gets accepted. I found something. I accidentally copied the same column twice. It's awesome that I found this, but it just freaks me out. I just get even more meticulous about trying to figure out if I made just the smallest error. I really don't want to mess anything up, so it pays off to data proof. Dude, so you've been applying to a bunch of PhD programs?
Yep, all over from California to Louisiana to Australia and Germany. And then you just play the waiting game, which is terrible. If you don't hear back, or if they're like, oh, I'm not interested, it's just like heartbreaking.
No.
Yes, it's like, oh man, this is my dream, but riding the high this week, so.
You're on the up?
I'm on the up. I'm waiting for the down to happen.
Man, I don't want to go back to data proofing. I feel like my eyes are bleeding from like
Staring at the computer screen. Yeah.
Alright, so I am editing this week's vlog right now, and one thing I noticed was I didn't acknowledge an undergraduate named Lauren Schmidt, who did a phenomenal job helping me collect most of this data. She's going to be on the author line for this publication. I'm super thankful for all of her efforts. Alright guys, catch you next week. Also, my wife got a bunch of strawberries, and I hope they're not for anything, because I just like decimated like 20 strawberries. They're like really delicious strawberries.